I want to tell you all something, really from the bottom of my heart. I am a very blessed man to be involved. My life is abundant with blessings because of you and this ministry. The Lord has placed me in a position to see and experience things that you just can't make up. You can't buy. You can't script. Last Saturday, we had an absolutely fantastic time at our second annual open water baptism in Cache Valley. Around 90 people attended, and from as far as California and Cedar City, and 17 of those 90 were baptized, not into a church, not into a man's name, but because they have come to know a saving, true and saving relationship through Jesus Christ, and they wanted to express this relationship through baptism. What a blessing. We had a photographic preview to show you tonight, but I just had a technical notice that the photographs won't work tonight. But after the baptism in Logan, we gathered at CNL's home in Cache Valley. We enjoyed some wonderful food and fellowship. We thank CNL for their great support of the ministry and the love they have for people longing to know Jesus. Then yesterday, I was invited to go to south part of Utah Valley, Spanish Fork area, and meet with 3 couples, 6 people, who have all been on a journey out of Mormonism in one way or another. Eldon, Jody, Doug, Arlene, Chris, and Lana. And we met at this gorgeous home that Chris had built. And after talking for a while, we went outside into the pool, and I had the honor of baptizing each of them. And some of them told me how they were ready to walk from religion altogether. And others talked about how they had suffered with doubts in Mormonism for years and years. But Jesus has been received by them. They are on the path that they know is a relationship with Him. And their abandoned ship letters have been sent, and entire generations are going to be changed for the good, because these people had the courage to step out, and people like you who continue to do the same. So, now, I was thoroughly blessed to be able to baptize all these people and meet them and know them. It's such an honor, and each of you have a permanent place in my heart. But there was one moment for me that struck true to the heart of our ministry, and it happened up in Logan. After the last man was baptized, standing on the shore, there was a boy holding a towel, and I guess the man that we baptized was his dad. And this boy was probably about 11 years old, and this is him. He had a mohawk that was painted green, and he stood there, and I said to him, "Hey, are you coming out?" And he smiled, and he said, "No way." And I said, "Okay then." And then all of a sudden, he sort of jumped up with this great exuberance, and he said, "I want to." And he came running out into the water like a wild pony. And this boy is a boy after my own heart, because he physically represents kind of how I felt inside as a kid, even kind of how I feel inside now. And we took a minute out there in the water, and I was able to speak to him about what he was doing. And we pointed out that all the people were sitting around him. There's a bridge crossed over right at this picture, and there were about 100 people looking down on him. And I had him take a minute and look at all those people, and I told him that they were witnesses to his commitment in his life to follow Jesus, to put Jesus first in his life. And he smiled brightly and said he was ready to take the step. And a good friend of our ministry, Shawn, took that picture. At our Sunday Bible study, he showed up the next day with his father, Ton, who had been baptized, his sister, who had been baptized, and his mother, who brought him to church. And he had his Bible in his hand, and the Lord is at work, my friends, and we praise Him and Him alone for the lives He's changing throughout Utah.